Have you ever found yourself trying to change a habit and failing miserably? Turning negative habits into positive ones is a daily struggle for many of us. That's why today, I want to show you how to change your habits in a gradual and lasting way. We all have bad habits that we want to change, but the problem is knowing how to do it. These habits have the power to ruin your health, your relationships, and your goals. The most interesting thing is that people usually know this. But why do they continue to engage in these harmful behaviors? What is behind these behaviors? And most importantly, what can you do to change them? That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. So, if you like the idea, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. Firstly, what causes bad habits? Most bad habits are caused by two things: stress and boredom. These are the two main triggers for people's bad habits. What people do is simply execute a routine to deal with this stress and boredom. This can range from spending compulsively on unnecessary things to the habit of constantly being on your phone, wasting time on social media and wondering why others have such wonderful lives while you do not. These two factors can be caused by something external, such as someone doing something to you, or an internal problem, such as low self-esteem, limiting beliefs, anxiety, etc. You need to recognize what is causing this stress and boredom so that you can resolve them. An important fact you need to know about habits is that you don't eliminate a bad habit, you replace it. All the habits you have at the moment, whether good or bad, are in your life for a reason. In some way, these behaviors bring some benefit, even if they are bad for you. For example, in the case of smoking and drugs, the benefit is the pleasurable sensations that they supposedly bring. These pseudo-benefits also arise from apparently harmless bad habits, such as checking your email all the time to give you the feeling of being connected and updated. This is the apparent benefit, but the damage behind it is that you are destroying your productivity, diverting your focus from something important, and ending up feeling unproductive and stressed at the end of the day. So, why do you keep doing it? It's because of the pleasurable feeling of not missing out on something important. What you need to do is replace the bad habit with something that brings a similar benefit. For example, if you have the habit of smoking every time you feel stressed, it's a bad idea to simply quit smoking and not replace it with anything. You need to find something that brings you an escape from stress, like taking a walk in the park, meditating, or any other healthy activity. Willpower is not infinite. So, if you put all your expectations on it to stop your bad habit, you will get frustrated sooner or later. You need to trick your brain by delivering to it the same pleasure hormones that it is used to, but through a healthier routine. Now, I'm going to give you some powerful tips to help break these bad habits so that you don't have to live with them anymore. Firstly, choose a way to replace your bad habit. It may seem like a bit of work, but if you are committed to breaking this bad habit, create a plan to make it clear what other behavior you will engage in when the urge to engage in the bad habit arises. For example, if you have the urge to smoke, what else can you do to replace this behavior? Secondly, cut out everything that triggers the bad habit. There's no point in wanting to quit smoking if your friends with whom you go out smoke just as much as you do. Similarly, there's no point in wanting to quit drinking soda or eating junk food if your fridge is full of them. You need to make changes. The mere fact that you make it difficult for yourself to engage in the bad habit often makes you give up on it. For example, if you decide not to buy any more processed foods and bring them home, when the urge to eat them arises, you think, "To eat junk food, I would have to get in my car and go to the store to buy it. It's too much work. Let me just stay here." I know that, depending on the case, some people would still go and buy it, which shows a strong addiction, but it still makes it more difficult to engage in the bad habit, and it will reduce the number of times you engage in it. Thirdly, believe that it is possible. Many people are resistant to this idea of believing in yourself and believing in your dreams. But here's an important fact that will make sense to you at some point in your life. You didn't have this habit before. This means that you can go back to who you were, even if that was years ago, and even if you're going through another type of situation. It is more than certain that your body and mind have the ability to return to normal life without this bad habit that you have today. Lastly, stumbling is part of the process, but giving up cannot be an option. Everyone stumbles at some point in life, and it may be no different for you. At some point, you may weaken. But the most important thing is to return to your new routine as soon as possible, stronger and more determined to make the change. Now, as soon as you finish this video, start making your action plan. I recommend that you track your next few days and write down everything about your bad habit. This way, you can get ideas on what you can do to break it. Write down things like when it happens during the day, where you are, who you're with, and what triggers the urge to engage in this habit. Once you do this, use the tips in this video and put your plan into action. It won't be easy, but you need to be persistent. It's normal to fail several times before completely changing a habit, so don't give up and believe in yourself.